Thank you both for joining me today. Can I just ask you for the record your names and which degree programme you're studying?
I'm Liam and I study law.
I'm Jazz and I also study law.
Excellent, thank you. And you're just about to finish your degrees?
That's
Finished.
Right.
Finished?
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, keep them crossed.
Hopefully no resits. And just going into why we're here today, we're trying to get some feedback from you about how it was being a student fellow within the FastTech project. Can you just give me some overviews from each of you about what you thought FastTech was really about and where you think it's helped or hindered in terms of enhancement within the university?
Originally I thought FastTech was just kind of employing different bits of technology to sort of you do stuff on an iPad and it's sort of that, but then I sort of got further into it and realised that it wasn't necessarily technology, it was more specific, it was the role that needed filling, like we needed audio feedback quite desperately, and you don't really use sort of an iPad for that. You can, but that's not the first thing that your mind goes to. So it definitely helped in that sense, like realising like the right technology to use at the right times. Whereas I was a bit...
Yeah, I mean, I probably agree with Liam now. I mean, I think there was a massive hole within our degree, within our course specifically, that we thought needed filling, and when you guys came along and suggested that the FastTech project could be one of the ways to fill that hole, for me it just jumped out, and I thought if we can use the technology that's around us to improve the assessment and the feedback that we're getting so we can get better grades, and that's so that future generations of students can get better grades, then I thought this is an opportunity I have to take. I mean, and for me it's like probably one of the best opportunities I took in university because it's helped shape my future career and helped shape the way I thought feedback's given on our course and over the university as a whole.
That's an interesting point. So in terms of being part of the project, do you feel that you've been exposed to other ways that you'd be able to engage with the university apart from just studying your degree?
Yeah, I mean, being involved with the project has let me actually talk to staff. I think as a student, your exposure to staff and your exposure to other academics is limited. So being involved with the project has led me to go. I've been to project developers meetings with you guys, and I've been to all sorts of different conferences which have, almost as cliched as it sounds, helped me broaden my horizons. I mean, it's helped me meet new people, it's helped me grow as a person within the university and on my course, so that when I leave I can take those skills with me and really employ them when I work.
And is that a similar experience?
Completely agree, yeah. I'm so surprised that you even put it that well. Yeah, I think like that's the main thing. Like going to ESS in Dundee as well was something that really sort of changed my skill set really. Like learning how to talk in front of people that I felt were just so much on just such a better academic level than I was, and they were really.
Yeah,
like, they're just
I
so much brighter than I was, and it just felt like talking in front of them makes you feel like you can go away and talk to pretty much anybody very comfortably. And especially when you pair that with our degree, like we have to go and be able to talk to people that are probably brighter than us as well. So that was a real skill that is really just applicable in everyday life.
I mean, in terms of your attendance at the assessment, it's e-assessment Scotland, wasn't it? It was the conference we went to. Was there anything that you got from it apart from the presentation? So obviously you're allowed to go to the other sessions too. Was there anything that...
Russell Stannard was something that I really kind of inspired me. He did that workshop on Jing in front of everyone, and the thing is he seemed so approachable, and after the assessment he tweeted me and things like that, and it's like I was like, this is so cool, like one of the keynotes is just talking to me casually. But he seemed just so approachable, but he was still he was very good in what he was saying. And then I took Jing back to our pilot and used Jing to show David how to use the audio and how to apply it how to put it onto his desktop and things like that. So he said that was quite useful. So yeah, I took that from it. Like, just gave me a completely new skill, like that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't gone really. So
I mean, in thinking about what additional things hopefully you've benefited from, it sounds like you're then also getting a broader network than you would have just at the university, and Russell sounds quite a good person to have in your network. Did you experience a similar thing that you raise in other places?
Yeah, like conferences I went to, for example, I went to the Greenwich conference to attend with Aaron Porter, who is the former head of the NUS, and talking with him and the lecturers at Greenwich University and working with other students to actually implement a network which would enable the stuff that me and Liam were doing on our course to be put out throughout the whole of the universities in the UK. And to be able to be a part of that, I mean, even now I'm still in touch with Aaron and some of the other guys, and they're looking at launching like a student consultancy to improve assessment and feedback, and doing stuff like going to Greenwich and staying in an amazing hotel. That breakfast was brilliant. But doing stuff like that, it was brilliant, because if by means of the project I can meet people like Aaron Porter and have the change that it's having right now, it's crazy to think what the project could become if it became even bigger and broader.
I think another thing with Greenwich was something that I noticed was that each uni seemed to send almost, well, apart from me and Gavin, each uni seemed to send someone that was very good. Like they took someone out of their program that was brilliant, and they put them all in one room. And to hear people from like, we had Queens in Ireland, and they were just they were just absolutely loading onto us like all these ideas, and I think that was like Aaron and the guys sort of created a website, but the network that they created over that weekend was probably much more beneficial. Like talking with the guy, like the other people, other students at our level, and hearing some of the ideas that they had.
I mean, if we're talking about you in individual ways, what sort of things have you gained personally from this experience? What sorts of skills, what sorts of talents have you identified in yourself that may not have been identified before the project?
I think confidence is the best one for me. I picked, because with the degree, I mean, you have to be confident. But I mean, I struggle. I still struggle really with sort of public speaking, but it's very this whole. I mean, even Wednesday was another example. Like you just stand up and you talk to a room of people, and it's just experience. And I definitely wouldn't have got it otherwise.
I mean,
confidence is definitely.
For me, I think it was more the cooperation types of skills, working with lecturers and working with completely new students and completely different people, because from the university you get used to working with one class, or you get used to working with one lecturer or like 2 or 3 lecturers, but going out and doing Greenwich or Raise and doing these different conferences and doing focus groups and stuff like that with different students, I'd never really, outside of law or outside of our class, never really worked with any other students. So to go out and learn how to not say the wrong thing.
It took us a while.
It took us a while. we did it quite regularly, but picking those skills up to talk to other people and even other professionals. Like when I met Aaron Porter, he's a professional now. He's working as a consultant, and talking to him to learn how to almost network. Because on law you have to learn how to network and pick up contacts, and so doing that through Fastech is almost enhanced those skills, so I can go back and use them. That's pretty one of the biggest.
Do you think that they both helped your studies and what you'll do subsequently, or?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, Fastech has enabled me to go on to get a graduate job in a similar field. So,
okay. Can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, so like I'm going to be working as a social business consultant down in Brighton after this, and it's similar to Fastech, as in I'm going to be using technology to improve companies' images and company strategies and how they engage with customers and consumers. So here at university, I'm using it to improve how we engage with lecturers and students, but I'm now going to go on doing it on like almost a worldwide scale, because I'm going to be working with big companies like Toyota and BA and big, and really improve their images. So I think for me it's really helped, because if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have made those contacts, so I wouldn't have been more interested into finding out what technology and where it could lead me. So doing that research and finding this company, so it's really, really helped.